Hi, this is Danny Ryan, and welcome to the Three Will Podcast. Today I have Rob Horton here with me. Hi, Rob.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Excellent, excellent. And Rob is a senior consultant for Three Will, and you've been around here for, 18 years now? Just 18 years, huh? Wow.
No, I came over in December of last year.
Okay.
So, working on 5th month.
Awesome. 5th month. Everything going well?
Very well.
Yeah. You having a good time?
I am. I'm enjoying the work and enjoying the people who work here, and it's been a blast.
Cool. What's it like being that close to Pete? I mean, I know that's got to be rough. And you're close to Tommy too. You're looking across the table at Tommy.
Right in between the two of them.
Oh, you didn't pick that seat, did you? Yeah, or you didn't know what you were doing when you picked that seat, I guess.
No. But actually, Pete and I worked together many years ago.
Oh, cool.
Hewlett-Packard.
Okay.
We actually worked together for almost 10 years there.
You worked together. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So then you developed a relationship over there, and then Pete said, "Come on over. The water's warm."
Something like that.
You're like, "Why is the water warm, Pete?"
he said something to the effect of, "You'll probably hate me after this."
Oh, geez, yeah. But he's very good at setting low expectations, and he does that with me all the time. So as a senior consultant, what's a typical day like for you? Assuming you have a typical day.
Well, it's varied. Every day is made up of a lot of different pieces. And when I first came in, I worked on one big project, and now I'm working on a lot of smaller projects.
Gotcha.
So my day today is, it's a mix of documentation, visiting with clients, visiting with other consultants, other engineers here at Three Will, coming up with plans. It's a lot of varied work.
Okay. So you've moved from initially you were just on one project, and now you've moved to multiple projects.
That's correct. Yeah.
Because we want to keep you on your toes. That's why. Because
right.
One project's not enough. Oh my goodness.
But it's enjoyable though, because with different work throughout the day and different clients, it's personally I enjoy that because it keeps things moving, keeps me on my toes.
Yep.
Things don't get stale, things don't get boring.
Yep. Awesome. Well, I wanted to do during this interview just to get folks to know you a little bit better outside of when you're doing your consulting work and solving problems and getting things done and making sure Pete stays in order. You have any favorite hobbies that you have outside of work?
I have a few hobbies. I'm a pretty avid tennis player.
Oh, nice.
I also like to do weight training.
Nice.
And I've been doing that for several years now. And then carpentry, woodworking.
Oh, really?
It's a big hobby of mine as well.
Really? So what's something that you've made?
Well, I do a lot of home improvement type work.
Oh, good.
My father and I a couple of years ago finished out a basement in my home.
Oh, nice.
That was a wonderful project. Just getting the basement finished was nice. Learning a lot of skills from my father was nice. And actually just getting to work with him was really nice. And I feel like through that experience, it took us about 9 months.
Really?
It wasn't really a full-time effort.
Okay. Will you work on weekends to get things done?
Yep, and a little bit during the week, and I felt like we were closer after that.
Nice.
So it was kind of nice.
So it was definitely a bonding experience with your dad.
Yep, definitely.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool. We have some other tennis players here. You mentioned tennis. Kirk, I think, likes to play tennis as well.
Yep, we've talked about that.
Yeah,
I think Bruce used to play tennis.
Did he? Until he hurt himself or something like that?
I'm not sure. But that happens. I think maybe when, because he lives in Charleston now.
Yeah.
I think maybe when he was in Atlanta. Atlanta has a huge tennis community. Both USTA and Alta organizations. So.
Nice. Any favorite TV shows, movies, anything come to mind when I mention those two?
I just finished the second season of Daredevil on Netflix, which is I feel like it's a pretty amazing show.
What's Daredevil about? I don't know anything about it.
It's a comic book character that they brought to the screen, and it's a series. As opposed to they did a movie about it, really wasn't that great a few years ago with Ben Affleck. But this is like a whole new take on the comic book.
Okay.
And they bring in other comic books from the Daredevil world. And so this season they had a comic book character called Elektra, as well as the Punisher.
The Punisher. Ooh, that's a good nickname for some folks around here.
That's right.
The Punisher. Cool. So do you like reading comic books then, or is that something you've done with growing up, or this is a more recent phenomenon?
More recent. Yeah. I have a teenage son, and he's into comic books.
Gotcha.
So if for anyone who has a teenager, anything that you can do to connect with your teenager, you'll do. So I wasn't much of a comic book. I didn't read a whole lot of comic books when I was younger, but I get into it with my son and for my son.
So with your dad, it's carpentry. With your son, it's comic books.
That's right. That's exactly.
Find a way to relate, and that's very nice. Very nice. You have just one son, or how many kids do you have?
I have 2 kids. I have a son who's 15 and a daughter who's 13. So I have 2 teenagers.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
That's right.
I'm sorry. So we're working on getting rid of the rest of that hair up there, huh?
That's right.
We're working on it.
What's left is gray.
Any favorite books or authors or?
I really haven't honestly had much time to read for pleasure. It's mostly doing a tremendous amount of work, and this type of work, specifically consulting and technology consulting, requires you to stay up to date.
There's a lot of outside reading. That's a lot of Googling, a lot of trying to stay on top of the latest technologies.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. So you have where do you fall in line with the phone wars? I'll call it the phone wars.
Years ago I had BlackBerry. And
was this at HP when you had the BlackBerry?
Yeah, we did that. Well, my days at HP, we had SkyTel pagers. So
I'm sorry.
we thought we were doing pretty well when we had the texting pagers. So
nice. But is that a pager you have on your side right over there?
That's right.
You can get rid of that, right? You don't have to keep that by your side.
I think pagers probably cost more than phones now.
Yeah.
So. But no, I'm an Android, and I've been on Android since the BlackBerry days. I've never had a lot of experience with Mac and iOS, so it's very familiar to me. Yeah.
Android seems to be. I think someone on one of the podcasts said it seems to be the new Windows. Like it's so prevalent out there. It seems to have the same sort of market share and dominance that Windows had.
Yeah, I also enjoy it. I've had a previous phone that I've had. I've done some side loading of applications as well as put on an unsupported operating system. It was a newer version of Android than my service provider.
My goodness!
So I enjoy that part of it too, just being able to tinker with it.
Nice.
Which I don't feel you might not be as easily done with iOS.
No, it isn't. It's when you get old and tired like me, you just want the darn thing to work, and you want big buttons and all that sort of stuff.
That's right.
I have, it's definitely a tinker. Like if you want to be able to adjust it exactly the way you want to, Android's the way to go. I know for us, I've used both of them, and just keep coming back to iOS. Just I think because I'm comfortable with it, but really it's amazing how comparable the two are.
Well, Apple makes some great devices, though. I mean, that's for sure. Whatever your preference is, so there's some really nice Apple devices out there.
So if you're using Android, what type of phone do you have? Is it an earlier one, a later one, or a...
I'm using the S6 Galaxy S6,
nice.
And I really enjoy that. My first Android phone was an old MyTouch, and I think that phone's probably about 5 years old now, and my son still uses it.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
okay.
It's his favorite phone, and he won't upgrade it. It's indestructible. You can imagine he's had it for just almost 3 years now.
Wow!
And that phone's gonna last forever.
That's great. Let them run with it.
Yeah, right.
Any favorite apps that you have that you sort of keep on coming back to?
Not really too much. Just trying to think. For the most part, I'm using a lot of productivity apps.
Yeah. Do you load a lot of the Microsoft apps at all, or do you? I know one of the ones that keep on coming up pretty consistently are like some of the navigation apps like Waze or Maps, and there seem to be pretty common things that people rely upon. But
the navigation. I have a very strange way of storing things in my memory, and so I have what I consider pointer memory, in that I could drive the same place for an entire week. If I'm using my phone to navigate to it, I wouldn't be able to do it without my phone. And so in my mind, I think, well, as long as I have my phone, I know how to get there.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily try and learn the routes.
So where do you have to? You have a car long. You don't have a longer ride than Pete to get into work, do you?
It's a very similar ride.
Oh,
very
I'm
similar.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm moving right now, so if you want to join me and move somewhere closer by here, it's definitely got its pros. I'm a convenience junkie, so it's tough for me to move further away. But
that's important. It is commute in Atlanta is one of a kind.
Yes.
I'm fortunate in that the type of work I do here is a little bit flexible. So I typically come in early in the morning and then leave midday and finish my day from home.
Nice.
So I avoid a lot of the traffic.
So do you take any work from home any days out of the week?
Right now, probably working 1 day or 2 days every 2 or 3 weeks. Okay. It's not every week, but probably more than once every other week.
So you've got a home office set up that you can...
Yes, I do. I've got a couple of monitors. It's really kind of nice. It's easy on the eyes, so it's very enjoyable.
Oh, I love seeing people set up with the number of monitors they have, and I think somebody posted up something on Yammer the other day. It was probably longer than the other day, but the matrix where you see all these.
I think Will Holland has 4 monitors, so.
Oh my goodness!
Not quite to that level yet.
You're not there
but
yet.
I can hope.
So you haven't been here too long, but if you had to pick something out about what you've enjoyed so far, being at 3Will, what would you say?
Well, I've worked in the corporate environment, like I mentioned at Hewlett-Packard years ago, and I've owned my own businesses
nice.
for several years. And
so you know what Tommy and I go through.
I do.
You know why we're both bald right now.
Well, I'm working on it myself. But I can tell you that what's really stood out to me, probably the first week I was here, was the capability of everyone who works here, and the attitude that if they tell you they're going to get it done, it's going to get done. If they tell you they can't get it done, there's a reason for it. Yeah. And just that's refreshing. That's new for me. Like in a corporate environment, it's not. It doesn't have to be this way, but my experience was that there were some great performers, and then there were some folks that didn't perform all that well. Yeah. But everyone I've met here at 3Will is at the top of their game. Yeah. Everyone focuses in different areas, and if you have a question or can't figure something out, there's somebody here who can, and they're ready to help. And that's, like I said, that's very refreshing.
That's a nice environment to be in. Yeah, I think everybody here wants to not let the team down, be able to contribute in their own way, and you really see that in a lot of folks here.
Yeah, I would agree 100%. And like I said, it showed up for me probably my first week here. Just seeing that type of culture and attitude.
And I want to point out, you didn't see me during that first week, so I didn't ruin that for you. It's like, what's this Danny guy? And he's like always running around and asking people to be on podcasts. And what does he do in that room exactly? I don't know. Well, I've heard great things from Tommy. I haven't heard great things from Pete, so you need to work on him. But Tommy said he's enjoyed working with you so far and has seen great things so far. So we look forward to a great future here, and I appreciate all the hard work on that one big project that you were on. I know it was a challenging project, so we appreciate all the hard work you put in there as well.
Yeah, it was it was a big project.
Yeah.
So
Yep. So, well, thank you for taking the time to do this. It wasn't that bad, was it?
No, not terrible at all.
Okay, next time I'm going to have you on, we're going to have a little bit more of it. It's not going to be too technical, but we'll hit a technical subject where you can make me fall asleep.
Okay.
Where we can hit into something where every once in a while maybe I'll scream out a buzzword or something like that and wake up and we'll talk about something along those lines. But think about what's something you usually I'll cover like an intro topic or something like that. So if you wanted to talk about something technical but not too technical.
Yeah, that sounds great.
So we'll do that. Well, thank you so much everybody for listening. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.